Hi, Susan for SLC Aquatics, welcoming you back for part 3 and 4 of how to ship live fish. I hope you're excited about it. I'm looking forward to the next 2 subjects, and here we go. Number 3, carbon dioxide. What is happening in the exchange of gases in a fish's environment? They get oxygen from the water and they express carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is produced by respiration, the exchange of oxygen in the water and through the gills. In a closed bag, carbon dioxide can reach harmful levels that can have a narcotic effect and interfere with the absorption of oxygen by the gills. So increase of carbon dioxide your fish begin acting lethargic, and when they're lethargic, they're not expressing respiration through their gills the way they need to absorb oxygen that is needed for life. Because carbon dioxide in water acts as an acid, it also decreases the pH. Okay, so levels of carbon dioxide in the water decreases the pH, which can be stressful or even lethal if allowed to progress unchecked. The main ways to manage carbon dioxide are to reduce the biomass of fish in the bag. You want to increase the amount of oxygen in the bag by using pure oxygen instead of just oxygen out of the room. Like a lot of times you'll see someone grab the bag and just tighten it that way. That's just air, that's mixed with different gases and stuff. But a lot of times if you have an oxygen tank, like at a fish store, you'll see some that are bagging fish. They're putting an air hose into the actual bag. That's just pure oxygen going into the bag, depending on your trip, how long it's going to take you from the store to your home, etc. In addition, buffers can be added to lessen the effect of carbon dioxide in the pH of the water. Also, the nitrogenous waste, which is ammonia. Talking about ammonia, I think that's number 4. Fish excrete ammonia across the gill membrane to rid themselves of nitrogenous waste. Ammonia in the water exists in 2 forms: an iodized, which is NH4 positive, and uniodized, which is NH3. Uniodized ammonia is toxic to fish at even very low levels, while ionized ammonia is relatively harmless. Toxic and non-toxic ammonia, NH4 and NH3. Primary nitrogen waste. 2 forms of ammonia in water depend on the pH, temperature, and salinity. NH3 versus NH4 and pH. The ratio of the 2 types of ammonia in water is directly related to the water pH and temperature. As the pH and temperature decrease, so does the portion of ammonia that is in the toxic range. So during production, ammonia and other nitrogenous waste can be managed with tools such as biological filtration. In a sealed bag, other methods must be used. The main ways to manage ammonia during shipment are to reduce the biomass. There we go again, reducing the biomass of the fish in the bag. Withhold food from the fish for 24 hours before shipment to reduce the amount of waste that they will produce, and then it decreases the length of the shipment time. So instead of a 2 and 3 day shipment, you might want to overnight these fish if they're real sensitive and real delicate. External conditions, and internal conditions and all that stuff. You have to weigh all of those possibilities. And then add a substance to the shipping water to remove the ammonia. And you've seen some people use those little pieces of sponge that has a neutralizer for ammonia. And I think when you drop it in, it's white, and by the end of the trip, 2 or 3 days, it'll be a little yellowish to golden orange, whatever. A combination of methods can be used. And we're gonna end right now with shipping containers. Shipping fish in boxes typically involves a considerable investment in money, time, and effort. So the materials used should be the best available that you can get. Packaging materials should be watertight. They should prevent rapid changes in temperature and should be rugged enough to withstand handling during shipping. And you know, some of our boxes come in pretty beat up. A plastic bag is the watertight component, okay? Let's look into some of the supplies you're going to need to ship fish. Rubber bands, fish bags, preferably 3 mil in strength, and you want to have shipping tape, packaging tape, and shipping boxes from your USPS Priority. These are free boxes. You're going to use styrofoam cut up to the shapes of your boxes. You can place them inside and creating an insulation on the inside lining of the box. Take your measurements and cut appropriately. Or you can use bubble wrap, lots of bubble wrap, to add cushion as well as insulation. And depending on the time of the year, in warmer weather, you don't need the styrofoam as much unless you're going through extreme heat. You can use all kinds of materials like newspapers, the peanuts, styrofoam peanuts. Some even shred up a cloth, cardboard type insulation material, and just be creative. So that's going to be the insulation in the box that you're shipping the fish in the watertight bag. Well, I hope you've enjoyed part 2. It's actually part 3, 4, and 5. We have, I believe, ammonia, which is the nitrogenous waste. We have carbon dioxide, and we discussed your shipping containers, your waterproof bags and boxes in order to ship with. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics. See you for part 3.